I've been on a big Iggy Pop kick lately, and I don't know why, but people have a lot of questions for Mary, and every time we discuss magic, I know, but people have questions, and I know you hate the audience, but I mean, nevertheless, they want to know.
What? No.
How is magic any different than getting your fortune read?
I've never gotten my fortune read.
That surprises me.
Yeah. I've never been to a fortune teller. I've never been to a psychic. Anything
Is that because you're terrified of what they'll tell you?
100%. I've said this on air before. Remember, my big story from Philly was that I almost went to a fortune teller, but I didn't because I'm too afraid. Here's what it is. It's the same reason why I don't read my horoscope, is because I will then change the way that I live my life, looking to align it with what I'm told.
You know, that's ridiculous, right?
But I know how I am. And if my fortune teller were to tell me A, B, and C is going to happen, now my eyes are going to be peeled looking for those things, and I'm going to be connecting dots that aren't there.
Huh.
So, because I know how I am, I just don't go do those things.
Okay.
So if my fortune teller was like, hey, you're going to, whatever, your boyfriend's going to cheat on you, and you're going to get... you're going to split up in 3 years. I would start looking for signs of him cheating on me now.
So then you really can't. You have no room when we all bust Poundcake's balls for all the things he avoids because...
No. He avoids flying alone. I avoid fortune tellers. Those are completely different things.
Right, but they're no less ridiculous. I mean,
but fortune tellers
he avoids a lot of things because he thinks that it might...
Fortune tellers are not a part of your daily life.
They can be.
Cody avoids leaving the house to get Uber Eats. That's completely different.
Well, it's different, but it's like his might be silly, but at least they're rooted in some reality.
But a fortune teller...
You're like, I don't want to read a horoscope because I think it might happen.
No, not that I think it might happen. I will try to connect dots that aren't there to make it happen.
I see. You don't want to tempt yourself to be all psycho.
If it says, hey, you're going to have a bad day today... This is a 1-star day. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. I will end up living my day like that.
A 1-star day.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
It's subconscious. To it? Yeah, dude. I'm super, super susceptible to everything, which is probably why I hate magic so much. But no, I've never had a fortune read, so suck it.
Let's read your fortune.
So suck it.
I'm reading your horoscope right now. You're going to say stuff that doesn't make any sense.
Oh.
I mean, a lot of people are making the obvious association, between Jesus, in whom you believe. He was the magician of his time, if you believe it. He turned water into wine.
He had non-human powers. He was not a human being.
No, he was human and divine.
Yes.
That's the great conundrum. He was both wholly human and wholly divine.
Right.
If you believe all that nonsense.
Sure. So what I'm saying is that there are no others like that, and that's what magicians are trying to get you to believe.
Oh, I see. They're all trying to get you to believe that I'm Jesus. Wow. The temerity of these people to walk up there.
That's why it's so egregious.
If Jesus was in a tuxedo, he'd look like me.
Dealing out cards.
That's right. Well, Joe Bluth said it best. A trick is something a whore does for money. I don't do tricks.
I do illusions, Michael.
Alan, Poundcake's belief that the magic came with the magic kit is probably the sweetest thing I've heard in a long time.
Yes, I was a kid.
The epitome of childhood innocence.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Now I'm magic.
I was a kid too. I just don't think I was ever that naive about something.
I was just really... You ever get a present where you're just so damn excited to get it? Like,
no.
You don't... You take off the wrapping paper, you open up the box, and you just have everything askew, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these cards. All right, let's see what I can do with these things. Not reading the directions, not reading how. Kids aren't patient enough, I feel like.
You weren't patient enough.
I feel like a lot of kids don't read
I think you're right. Yeah,
I think there's a lot, but
I was the kid that was like reading the directions when I'd get something. That's not fun.
I just understood that, like, they were magic tricks.
Well, I thought it
wasn't something. You don't open the box and then you're bestowed with power.
I thought
the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
I thought it was made kid friendly, where one kid. You're going to know how to do it.
Like kid-level magic.
Yes.
Yeah, right. I understand.
So I'm like, they know a kid is not going to read directions on a thorough, in-depth guide on how to do magic tricks. So I'm like, I give them the card, see what happens. And that's what I did. I was like, here you go, Mom. Here you go, Ryan. Here you go. You don't get one because I don't like you. Here you go. Like, I'm just going to pass out these cards.
So you were also a petty magician then. You were, yeah.
That's his magic, being petty.
My chief petty officer over there.
Let's see who's committing petty theft. And then I make a card disappear. And I'm like, okay, so, Mom, is this your card? She's like, no, sweetie. I'm like, you're lying. You're lying. You don't want me to be magical.
Lying.
You don't want me to be magical. And so, yeah, it took me.
You would have preferred that she had lied to you and said, yes, you're amazing.
So, no, because I was like, show me the card. I'm like, it changed. I'm like,
how'd you do that?
It changed.
But I had like this little box to put the cards in, so I like, maybe gotta put them in here and shake them up. So I'm like, put the cards in here, shake it in the box. I'm like, all right, try it now.
It is amazing. You know, you can...
Anything but reading.
Yeah.
Anything to avoid reading.
I'm like, try it now. It should work.
But these are the two opposite ends of not the opposite ends of the spectrum, but opposite ends of the age spectrum. It is amazing. You could forgive a kid for zooming to the finish line and not reading anything. But the other end of that is how you can't really make fun of kids when it's extraordinarily clear that it is so easy to get adults to believe anything if they really want to believe.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be rooted in anything. So you can't go, ha, that's stupid, kid. We're awash in stupid people of every age who... Like Stephen Canton says, Mary's worried she's going to read her horoscope and says you're going to have quintuplets in the next year or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Not
then she'll
even
do
that.
everything she can.
No.
To
Not
make
even
sure
that.
it happens.
Like the small stuff where it's like, hey, today's going to be a rough day. You're going to get into an argument with somebody, whatever. I would walk around.
But that's also not the worst thing that could ever happen to you.
I'm not saying that it is,
Right.
but I'm saying that I would walk around all day waiting to pick a fight with somebody because I'm like, well, it did say I was going to get in an argument today. Like subconsciously, that would be what I'd be doing.
So in your mind, there would be no way around that.
Yes. That would happen.
That was what was in the plain dealer.
Correct. That's
is
why I
fated
don't
to
do
happen.
it. That's why I don't do it. I don't mess with that stuff because
The plain dealer should really, any newspaper around this great nation of ours, they should really work that into their marketing when they're trying to up their subscriptions.
Yeah.
Is getting people who believe in horoscopes. You should really subscribe to the plain dealer.
I'm too malleable.
Yeah.
I don't even mess with it because I'm like, you know what? This is going to change how I
But you
go
can
around.
change how you are in that regard. You're not just doomed to a life of gullibility. I mean, you could...
No, but I just don't partake in things that I know I am susceptible to, like tarot cards, like horoscopes.
Let me throw this at you, though.
Psychics.
If you read a week of horoscopes, is that 5 or 7? I don't know. Say you read a week
5.
of, let's say you read a full work week of horoscopes, 5 in a row. And one of those things happened to come true. That's pretty good odds.
That's what I'm saying.
At which point you could go, okay, well, this isn't going to direct my mind anymore.
I would have to.
I can read these and have fun for
them.
entertainment purposes only.
Well, that's the thing. It wouldn't just be entertaining.
It's not entertaining to you. Oh, I see. Because I would imagine the good things you want to come true.
Yes.
You're going to fall into a pile of money.
Woohoo!
So then all that day, you're waiting for something to happen?
Or I'm going to go spend $500 on scratch-offs and be like, they said that I was going to win today.
Oh, man.
No, boy, Jesus.
See, this is why I stay away from it. This
Yeah.
is why I stay away from it. I know who I am, so I know things that are bad for
you're
me.
better off.
And I don't engage.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's good. That is the brain of
I'm
a person
self-aware.
in recovery.
Yes.
You have situational awareness.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, hey, this might sound silly,
But it helps me.
but I'm not going to do this.
Right.
Why put that negative energy
into my brain.
in my own brain?
Yes. My own brain doesn't function like regular brains, so I need to keep it in a straight path. Put my blinders on.
That's the mistake I keep making.
Yes.
Mary's
can we
brain
please-
surely operates the same as everyone else's.
Can I please read your horoscope, though?
Do you know what I am?
Sagittarius.
Come on, man. I guess the day's half over. Yeah, you can read it.
The day's half over. Hey, I might still fall ass backwards into money.
I might. You never know.
Yeah.
Great. What? But okay, is it real? Or are you making this up? Did somebody write this?
I'm reading
Show me. From where?
horoscope.com.
By the way, also, let me point out that as I understand it, there isn't a horoscope that is disseminated everywhere, right? You can
I don't
read,
know where horoscopes come from.
but what I'm saying is people write them.
Yeah, but
they pull them out of their ass. So you could read 5 different sources and you'd have 5 different horoscopes.
Probably, unless they all say the same thing. Then what?
But that's what I'm saying. They don't. There isn't like, here's the horoscope
They all
for
say
today.
the same vague thing.
Yeah.
You probably know that you don't attain freedom in one fell swoop.
Hey.
One fell swoop.
One fatal swoop, according to Poundcake.
But rather bit by bit as you go through life, Sagittarius. Perhaps you've been feeling as if you don't have enough freedom over the
That's the other thing. These are so unbelievably vague that how could any of it bum you out or get you excited?
I have been feeling trapped lately.
Oh, it's because you moved in with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
He's always there.
You played yourself, playa.
Yeah. Over the next few days, you could find the situations or people you need in order to liberate yourself.
Well, no,
Liberate too.
I'm going to be feeling more free because I'm traveling for the first time in a month. That's the other thing. I've felt locked down because I haven't been on the road. I haven't felt my freedom of
Mary moves in with her boyfriend and goes, I got to get the hell out of here.
Well,
I got to get out of here.
It continues. Don't forget that love is the greatest freedom of all.
Oh, okay.
And it could be time to make room for it in your life.
Okay.
It could be time to be,
but
it could be
doesn't
time.
have to be.
Doesn't have to be complicated. I like that. Is that all of it?
That's it.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'm going to feel free. Also love. I like that. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Alan, what are you?
I'm sorry?
What are you?
I have no clue. Listen, the point is that Mary normally stays away from these kinds of things.
I do, on purpose.
Can you read Virgo?
How did I end up being the horoscope guy?
I don't know.
This is Alan's. Today, you're a Cancer, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
June.
My birthday is June the 23rd.
Yeah.
I am a Cancer in so many ways to so many people.
This is so Alan. Today is another passionate day in a series of passionate days.
You know what? You better read Gemini. I am.
You're on the cusp.
I'm what they call on the cusp. Yeah.
Usually, Cancer, you're a fairly reserved person where feelings are concerned. That's true.
Hey,
You'll be much more demonstrative with your emotions over the next few days. You can be like a fire trapped inside a wall of ice. And today, that
a wall
ice
of vice.
Ice.
Wall of ice.
Oh, I like wall of vice better.
Yeah. And today is that ice is beginning to melt. Let it and enjoy it.
Melt, Alan. Melt your ice wall.
I don't know what you just
Your
said.
icy heart.
This is still my horoscope?
Yeah.
What does the word horoscope even mean? What's the etymology of that?
I have no
gibberish.
idea.
Just a bunch of gibberish.
I have explained to you guys multiple times that I go into these things blindly. I do no research. I just say, I'm going to believe that forever. I don't look into the etymology.
But there's also
you
you can't research a horoscope.
But you could come into like origins or like if it dates back to ancient Greece or wherever they were stargazing.
The word horoscope is derived from the Greek words aura and skopos, meaning time and observer. Okay.
Well, there you go. It's your time observer, your daily time observer. Duh.
I did see the
Poundcakes is pretty good.
We were looking at constellations every night in Mexico.
Yeah.
Seeing the Big Dipper right up there.
There it is.
Over the sea. I didn't attach any celestial meaning to it, but it was pretty fun to look
You're
up
going to
there.
take a big dip in the pool.
Yeah.
It's right there.
All right, here's Poundcakes. If you often help people in need, or if helping people is part of your profession, it's not, this day will bring certain ideas to light. Well, in your day job.
Cody means helpful.
And cushion.
Yeah.
And
You
cushion.
need to take the time on a regular basis to take care of yourself, which I think you do.
He does.
If you don't, you won't be able to continue to help others. Think about it and stop making excuses for why you can't do it. Think of yourself for a change.
For a change!
Okay, that's wrong.
Poundcake, if you really could please...
I don't want to listen to you guys. I'm thinking of myself right now.
Please take these words to heart and think of yourself for once.
For just once,
one
Poundcake.
time.
Can you just once think of yourself, Poundcake?
I owe it to myself to think for
You
myself
really do.
and of myself.
Stop giving of yourself.
For myself.
You know. Hey, Tommy.
Hey, how's it going?
Tommy, what's going on?
Nothing much. I know you guys are talking about horoscopes and magic and cards and all that stuff. But when I heard you briefly mention that you didn't believe in ghosts, I just had to call in and, wanted to talk to you about a couple things. Like when I hear people say that, I just wish that I could have taking them to like my childhood home and like have them experience what I did when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Trauma.
So just,
Ghosts.
but long story short, when I moved in with my stepdad in Middleburg Heights, my mom started noticing stuff going on around the house, and he later told her that, yeah, like we do have spirits within the house, and I didn't want to tell you guys that, and stuff would be happening almost on a daily basis. Like it didn't matter if it was nighttime or daytime.
Things like what?
It was kind of freaky.
Yeah, stuff.
The most common were like all the cabinets and dishwasher and drawers would be open every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Just like little things like that, like just stuff being left on. And then I also have like crazy other instances where lit candles were being thrown across the house.
Mm-hmm. You saw all
They were,
this.
like, unattended. Everything that I'm mentioning, someone did see. Either my mom or stepdad. Or
What did you see happen?
Yeah. The craziest thing I've seen was probably an apparition and a toy working without any batteries in it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, listen, Tommy,
no,
obviously I can't speak to your experiences. I didn't grow up in your house, but I'm just coming from the perspective of the opinion of that there is zero evidence to support things like that. Did you film any of it?
No.
Oh,
He
well,
was a
no,
kid.
no,
How could he have filmed it?
I don't know. People
weren't
had
around
Video
yet.
cameras back then?
Video cameras were around, and I would think that if things were happening with any regularity in my house, I'd get a camera toot sweet and start documenting it.
Oh, no, I get that. I mean, I would have loved to capture.
Is your dad
stuff,
still in
but-
that house?
No. That was late 90s.
Well, there was a lot of spectral activity in the late 90s in Middleburg Heights, so that tracks. Okay, listen. Thank you, Tommy. Has any of that followed you into your adult life?
I mean, I've had other experiences at other people's houses and told them, like, hey, I have a feeling that something is, like, in this house. And then, like, they would be like, okay, whatever. And then,
They immediately tell Tommy, they go, yeah, Tommy was a guy who grew up with a ghost in his house. So he sees them everywhere.
yeah, but then, like, a month or two later, they're like, yeah, we started noticing stuff, and then we had to move out of our house.
Oh.
Like, how did you know? And it's like, oh.
We didn't pay our mortgage.
Yeah. The apparition of the sheriff came and evicted us. Okay, listen, thank you, Tommy. I appreciate the call. Thank you, pal. Hey, Michael.
Hey-o.
Hey-oh.
Hate the show.
Thank you, sir. What's up?
So I was thinking about Mary's sensitivity to magic, right? It just touches her the wrong way, if you will. And I was kind of thinking, I'm sensitive to spicy food, you know? So I consider it very similar, where it's, I'm not dogging on the chef for how spicy this dish is. It's just, I know I can't take it, man. This doesn't taste good to me. I'm in pain. But I know that most people like that type of spicy food. And I don't feel it's the chef trying to show how pompous he is by, making it over spicy for people.
You don't think he's trying to prove his culinary superiority?
No. I mean, it might appeal to some, and some people like spicy foods. You get the sweaty eaters in there, the people that...
I'm having a hard time following the analogy, Michael.
He likes spicy food. He doesn't. Other people like spicy food. He doesn't like spicy food, so he doesn't order spicy food. He doesn't think the chef is trying to make him feel inferior.
So he's agreeing with you, or he's not agreeing with you?
with
He's
me.
disagreeing with you.
The chef is the magician
I see.
in this analogy.
Some chefs are. Some chefs are.
I'll tell you what,
They can
I've
do
seen
something.
some molecular gastronomy that blow your friggin' mind. Okay, listen, thank you, Michael. I take your point. Again, anytime we get on the magic thing with Mary, it's fascinating. I'd like to tell you that I learn something new every time. That is not the case.
I learned something new.
So what did you learn this time?
I learned that this is probably deeply rooted in religion.
Well, listen, everything. A lot of mental illness is. If we outlawed religion, most of this stupid stuff will go away.
So much deprogramming that needs to happen. Mm-hmm. Dude, on Easter, so we were gone over Easter, right?
I totally forgot it was even Easter.
Yeah.
Like we were supposed to fly out on Easter Sunday, and then we got delayed or canceled, whatever. I completely forgot about Easter. So wasn't even on my radar.
We had Easter at my sister's house. The day was great. Whatever. My brother wanted to stop by and see my boyfriend and I's house, so he stopped by with the kids. And at one point, my one niece, who I think is 3 or 4, she asked for a popsicle. So my boyfriend took her in the kitchen to get her a popsicle, and they're out there. They've been gone for 15 minutes.
Double or single?
Single. And I go in there and I go, how's it going? And my boyfriend's got like his chin in his hand, and he's like staring at the 4-year-old as she's going on and on and on.
Doing the Jack Benny.
Yeah. And I was like, how's it going? He goes, well, this popsicle was made by Jesus, and he was dead, but now he has risen. And I said, yeah. I said, they went to church today. And he goes, this kid is so brainwashed. I can't eat. He goes, she dropped the God bomb like 5 seconds in. And what made me laugh is that he didn't grow up religious or anything like that. So to him, he was like, oh, you're just from a young age, you're taught these things, and you just believe them, and then you spit it back out.
What did that have to do with the popsicle?
Nothing. The 4-year-old said the popsicle was made from Jesus.
Oh, I see.
So he's repeating back what she said. The popsicle was made from Jesus.
Jesus made this popsicle.
This is my blood. It's icy and delightful.
It's cherry
Jesus
flavored.
built my hot rod and made this popsicle.
But it was so funny that such a small thing, and that I was like, oh, okay, it might be brainwashing.
There's a slight chance that it might be brainwashing.
But I don't know why. It's like when he said that, and the fact that she's so young and just having a popsicle, and when he was like, man, these kids are so brainwashed, that stuck with me for like a few days that I was thinking about it, where I was like,
that was you.
What is the difference? What is the difference between being religious and being brainwashed? What's the difference?
There's none.
Well, there isn't really.
Not any.
There is.
No.
What is it?
No, it's a form of mind control, and some people remain with it voluntarily because it means something to them emotionally and mentally.
Okay,
but that's fundamentally that's what it is.
I feel like if you go to church religiously, and then you use that as a crutch to discriminate against other people, I consider that a form of brainwashing. But to me, my spiritual beliefs, those are my personal beliefs.
Right, but would those be your personal beliefs if you weren't told them from the age of 3 on?
But that's with anything. Knowledge is a form of brainwashing.
No, it isn't.
No. That's why he's so opposed to information.
No, I'm just saying, if you read
credible evidence of things.
If you read trying to brainwash me with that math.
But if you read a certain book when you're little and you believe it, you don't know any better. So that's a form of brainwashing.
But there is some information that is rooted in evidence that is repeatable, provable evidence. That's got nothing to do with religion. Religion that's why people refer to it when they get older as deprogramming, because they're like, this is what I was taught when I was a kid.
Forever.
And then I get older, and it's real hard to, even if you're committed to scooping that stuff out of your brain, it's real hard to scoop all of it out, because it's so... it's in the fiber of your being.
And that's why I'm so anti things like horoscopes and stuff like that, because I see people using it as a crutch the way I see people use religion as a crutch, and I'm just like, I don't want to do anything to do with any of this stuff.
Well, I agree. I agree with you on that you shouldn't be using those types of things to explain away bad behavior or anything like that, or being a bad person. No. I mean, in a way, sure. But like, as far as the brainwashing thing, I think because she's only 4, and I'm like, none of these are her beliefs.
There's less of a brain there.
I want to know.
Your brain's not even physically formed for another 20 years.
None of this is what she thinks.
Right.
She's not old enough to think these things. So this is what she's told. This is what she's going to be told her whole life. Mm-hmm. And this is what she's going to spit back at people.
Right. And that's what people...
That's
what my parents wanted to do to us. And that's why they feel like... My mom feels like a bad mom because eventually we didn't believe in this stuff anymore. And she's like, how did that happen? And it's because they also taught us how to think critically. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you
can't do both.
You screwed yourself.
I want to know
you played yourself, Ma.
I've got to take a break. If you want $1,000, I will have another chance for you to go fund yourself. That next keyword is coming up at 4:30. If you are more in the mind to check out the new Doctor Strange film, In the Multiverse of Madness, I will have a couple of passes for you for an advanced screening of that after this break. So that's on the way. 35192 if you want to text.